Yeah, here we go. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Woo! How are you feeling? Who's coming on? Jackson, what's up? Dude, that video you just dropped cracked me up about Sam. I loved it. Adam's on. What's up, buddy? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Early tonight. I was going to do it at 8 o'clock, and then I'm like, no, I got to get this out. Let's do an early show. I got stuff to do, places to go. I ain't going to be able to do this at 8 o'clock. So we're coming at you live at 4 o'clock. Aaron, what's up? Kyle, hey, brother. Hannah Marie's mom's on. Shaylee's on. What's up? What's up? Thank you. What is up? This is Driven. Hashtag Driven. What is Driven? It's a show I created for people that are crushing it, people that want to crush it, and people that didn't even know what crushing it is about. That's where I was just a year ago, and now I'm learning a lot of new stuff, and I want to be able to connect everybody with the things I'm learning, the stuff I'm coming across, because it's a heck of a big world out there, and it's just getting opened up. That's Driven. I've always admired people's driven mindset, from the well-knowns to the unknowns, no matter what they're doing, whether it be business or sports or just life or parenting. Like, I've always admired that mindset and that ability to keep pushing through no matter what. So I asked myself, I'm like, what could I do? What form could I take to kind of show people about all this stuff I'm learning about online and meeting all these great individuals that are doing the same type of thing? And I'm like, I can do a show just about the shows that are online and stuff. So anyway, that's Driven. I want to connect with you. I want you to jump in the seat. I want to share your story. I want to see what drives you, what motivates you, what pushes you to do the things you do, so you can do the things you love. I know with me, I got a little boy, I'm a dad, I'm a sledder, and I got my mindset on exactly what I want in life, and I'm figuring out how to get it because I want it, and I got to get it, and I want to help people, and I want to help people do the same thing that I'm doing, and there's some struggles along the way. Who's on? Josh is on, Dan's on, Laramie's on. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming in. And this is my way of connecting people. Share my story, share other people's story, what they're into. I had a few people connect with me this week, and they want to come on and do this. And I'm like, whoa, that would be super awesome. I would love to get your story out there. But it's in the works. And again, if you guys want to come on and share your story, share what you're into, maybe share an event, maybe share a business, maybe share just something you've overcame in your life that maybe gives somebody some motivation and maybe give somebody, a little bit of kick in the butt and be like, hey, I can do it. I know I can do it. He can do it. He talks like me. He walks like me. He has the same background as me. He's doing it. Why can't I do it? That's what I want to accomplish here. So jump in the co-pilot seat. Let's talk a little bit about what Driven is. If nobody wants to come up, if you want to let's drop some, if somebody wants to join me in the hot seat right now and just talk a little bit about your story and get to know who you are, connect with your network, drop a little knowledge maybe, throw some flames. Let's throw some flames in the chat box, and if you want to come on up, I can add you into the seat. We can talk about your event. We can talk about your company. We can talk about your things you've overcame in your life that maybe you want to share a story about, but whatever, that's Driven. It's that mindset, and it's the vision behind it that kind of encompasses everything, the why, the how. You worry about the how later, the struggles in between where you're starting from and where you want to end up. Like, it's the vision that makes that all possible, that keeps pushing you through the trenches, and that when there's a storm going on back here, that vision is the ability to be able to be like, okay, I got to prioritize, I'll handle that, and then I got to keep moving forward, and I got to keep learning, and I got to keep growing, I got to keep filling the brain bank and trying to get where I want to be, because I know what I'm doing right now is not where I want to be, and it's not going to provide me with the things that I want down the road. Keep that vision, keep driving. Who's on? Renee's on, Brad's on, Chad's on. What's up, brother? Again, if you guys want to hop on the hot seat, share your story, talk about an event, talk about anything, whatever you got going on in your life, drop some flames in the chat box. I will kind of freestyle until I see some flames, or somebody says, hey, invite me up in this chair. I want to talk about something. So a couple episodes ago, I got asked my line in the sand, and I was kind of going back, and I'm like, I had to go early on this show tonight. And I never got a chance to say my line in the sand. And, it was a long line in the sand for me personally. I'd been doing pretty successful in whatever I would try and do. Typically, work or whatever. I had my struggles along the way. I failed at a few things. I've won at a few things, and I learned stuff all along the way. And so about a year ago, I sat down, and it was like the biggest, most epic winter of all winters in the history of winters in our modern lifestyle. And I'm like, man, it would be really nice to be able to be with my boy during the day, and then also be able to go out and travel and see all the new snow and ride in the backcountry, because that's what I'm passionate about. I love riding sleds. I love connecting with people all over the West and seeing the country. And the coolest part about snowmobiling and the places I go, only like 1% of the 1% of like I even have the ability to get up there and see that land and see that environment in that day or right after that storm. And that's something that's always really drove me. And so I kind of sat down, and I have an excellent job at a power plant, and it's a 20-year career thing. What's up, Kay, brother? Thanks for the love. I appreciate that. So the line in the sand for me was, I sat down and I looked, and I'm like, hey, is what I'm doing right now going to set me up to be able to do the things I want to do in a long-term aspect and spend my time how I want to spend my time? And I had to dig real deep down inside there and be like, no, it is not. Like, when you're trading your time for dollars at a lot of places, some places will pay you very well for your time. Some places you maybe not pay you so well for your time, but regardless of what you're doing, you got to be 100% passionate about it, and it's got to be getting you from where you are to where you want to go in life. And so I sat down, I got, dug into what I had going on, and I was like, man, this ain't gonna get me to where I want to be in my life. I gotta learn something new. I gotta pick up a new skill. I gotta try something different. So that line in the sand for me was, I was looking at all this storm behind me of just life expenses and stuff that's going on and stuff that's my fault and stuff that just happens and the things that we got to deal with. And I'm like, hey, is what I'm doing today going to set me up for tomorrow to be where I want to be? And the answer was no. So that was the line in the sand for me. I'm like, I got to do something. I got to learn something. I'm going to pick up a book. Like, I've read like 10 books this year, and I haven't read a book since I think I did a book report in like 5th grade. I did read Lance Armstrong's book in college when I needed to. I was looking for something. I don't know, but I read Lance Armstrong's book before all the doping and stuff. Like, granted, he was doing it, but nobody really knew he was doing it except for the people that knew he was doing it and helping him do it. Anyway, it was a great book. I read that book in my 20s, and then that was it. So this last year, I've read about 10 books. I've met a whole group of people online that are just more than willing to pour information into you, pour knowledge in you, help you out, get you where you want to go. Like, hey, I need an app developer. I don't know anything about apps, and there's an app I got in my brain. Drop that out there, and somebody's be like, hey, man, I got a guy. I know a guy that does apps. I can connect you with him. If you're serious about it, here's this. You can teach an old dog new tricks. You bet you can. Like, that's useless as tits on a board, as they used to say, which also makes no sense. You can teach an old dog new tricks. You can read books. You can always grow, and you can always I remember I was there when inspiration. Yeah, Chad was there. He saw it all. It's like, boom, there's a big world out there. Let's go get some of it. I want some of it. So anyway, that's driven. That was my line in the sand. Things I've learned along the way. I love it. I'd love to connect with you guys. If you have, there's something you're thinking about doing, you want to do, something you're passionate about, that you want to hop on here and talk to me and talk to my network about, I'd love to connect with you. Drop some flames in there. I had 2 guests, but because I had to move the show time up, they aren't going to be able to make it, but they're going to come back on. 2 ladies actually crushing it in business. Can't wait to have them on in the near future. But for now, you just got me. I'm here. I'm going to drop some wisdom, drop some value. I'm going to do a couple social media hacks. I'll basically go through 3 questions with my own self. I think that'll be the go-to when there's nobody on. And then I got stuff I got to do tonight. I'll be out there. All right, so driven. People who are crushing it, people who want to crush it, people who don't even know what crushing it's about. Crushing it. What is that? Like the grind, the hustle. I was listening to a Facebook Live last night. who's Eddie Martin, connect with that guy, another hustle, home of the hustle guy, and he was talking about hating the word, the grind, the hustle, and then somebody threw up a question, is like, when do you have fun? And because I'm listening to these podcasts, Andy Frisella and all these guys, and they're like, boom, do it, do it, do it. You got to hustle, grind, work, grit, constantly on it. If you so somebody asked the question last night. They're like, what's your take on fun? And his was, and I totally agree with him. It's like, do it, man. You got to have fun. If you're not enjoying what you're doing while you're doing the process, the part that's going to get you to where you want it to be, then that's not going to help your situation out at all. And if you can't have the fun that you're doing the work for and enjoying the process of doing it, then the end result's not going to be near as pleasurable, because the journey is what it is the part of the troubles that's the hard part that you got to get through, that you got to work through, and you've got to enjoy that. And some of it's not always fun, and you might not always want to do it, but you got to enjoy it. And as far as fun goes, yeah, get out, have some fun, have some good times, but remember, get your stuff done, take your list, do them, and you got to work every day. And I sit here today, and I'm humbled by people coming on the show and throwing me likes out and sharing this. If you're catching this live, I appreciate it. If you're catching it on a replay and you get some value out of what I'm saying, please share it. Drop a shared and let me know you shared it, because I sure appreciate that. That's how we're gonna grow this show, and we're gonna be able to get some cool people on this eventually, to where I'm like, hey, let's talk to. I'm just gonna start asking people, hey man, I'm starting a new show. I really admire what you're doing, and I'm gonna. Can I ask you to come on the show and share 5-10 minutes with me? And so that sharing it and liking it and commenting on it, that's going to help me accomplish that, and then essentially bring you guys more value and more knowledge and expand your network a little bit more. Whew, yeah, kind of fired up. I'm getting ready to go on night shift. I just had a cup of coffee, so that kind of helps too. Midday coffee after that. Anyway, anybody? Oh, we got Kyle. He's dropping flames. He wants to come on. Is that flames because it's hot, or flames because you want to come on again, Kyle? Kyle was on our first show. Dude's crushing it right now. He's driven as can be. I don't know. Throw some more flames up if you really want to come up, or if you're just saying it was hot. I don't know. But other than that, 3 questions of vision. So that's what this topic was vision behind being driven. It's the ability to see what you want and get through all the not so fun parts, the shitty parts, the parts where you're like, man, I'm gonna lose this, or I gotta do that right now, and I missed it, and you're trying to catch up. The vision is being able to see all the way through that, making the phone calls, making the, putting in the work and spending the late night hours, and vision, having a pure, clear vision of where you want to go is how you're going to get there. All right, Kyle, come on. Let's throw Kyle on. I might as well. Let me see. Boom, add. I'm getting pretty good at this. Pretty soon I'll be able to do it without looking. Little invite out, touch, boom. I got it. And that's one other thing, dude. You guys want to practice Facebook Lives? You know how you practice a Facebook Live? Right here. I'm doing it. You're practicing. I can't wait till I can calm down. You know what? I'm still a little nervous doing this stuff. It's still fun. I'm still enjoying it. I'm pumped up. But come on up. There we go. Oh, I see. He was already in there. I got to do that one. My bad. Anyway, Kyle Zellweger coming on. Dude, super driven, crushing it right now. What's up, brother? How's your day going? How you doing? How you feeling?
What's up, Scott? Man, I figured I'd come on and share some value with you, because, it's better with two.
It is much easier this way. I appreciate that a ton.
And I'll just throw it out there to the ones that are watching, jump in this seat, because it's the best way to share your story. And, if you're working online and you're sharing your story, that's the best way to show people it's possible. I know Scott's mentioned it before, but you hear enough stories, maybe you're going to hear the one that just resonates enough with yourself. And like Scott said, it's like, hey, I had that same story. He's doing it. I can do it. You got to get on here and just, it's a good way to open yourself into go lives as well. I remember my first go live, and I was like sitting there. I'm pretty sure I sat there for like 10 minutes before I actually hit go live. And I was like, Tennille, you got to sit with me. You got to get in here. And I just forced her in to go live with me because it is way better with two people. And you know what Scott's got going on with his show. This is just the start of something truly, truly incredible. And I'm pumped to be here with you, Scott. And yeah, man, if you want to shoot some questions, maybe different questions than the first time, but I'm here for you, bud.
All right, let's do a couple. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what I asked you the first time you were on the show about the why and tapping into that. Let's see. How do you tie vision into dealing with the? I know you're in a marketing company. How do you tie your vision into the onslaught of cold calling and type of networking that you do?
Yeah, for sure. And you know, this is something I always tell my team. Something I've learned from my mentor, Romasio Fulcher, seven-figure earner in the or in the industry, number 19 in the whole world. And one thing he told me is, you know, people don't sell products, vision, or people don't sell products, people sell vision. And you know, vision is, you know, you could have the best product in the world, you know, you could have the best company, you could have the best everything, but if you don't know where you're going as an individual, then nobody's going to join your team. So it's something you got to really think down, sit there and think about is like, where am I going? Where do I want to be? Because once you see where your vision is, then other people will join you on your vision. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's something, it's massive, man, because your vision is what's really giving people hope, giving people the positive or the drive to see that it's possible. So, you know, you got to have vision. It's one of the biggest things I stress amongst my team. And, you know, it's all the top earners in the whole industry in network marketing or in affiliate marketing. You know, they all say sell a vision, don't
Yeah,
sell a product because, you know, you're going to keep hitting walls and walls and walls. And it's probably because you don't have a clear vision. So
yeah.
once you get that clear vision, you know, that's the starting point right there is make that vision crystal clear. And, you know, when things aren't going good one day, you know, you're hitting walls or it seems like nothing's working, nobody's responding, nobody's coming to your webinars, nobody's answering your text messages, you know, you can always just sit there and think about why you're doing it, where you're going, and it makes everything fine. So if you don't have that why and you don't have that vision, then you're just going to keep not moving forward, which is what you want to be doing.
That's super true. And you take that whole that thing with along like with like weightlifting and exercise and goals in that aspect too. It's so translucent like through all facets of your life, not only your business ventures but your life and your your personal relationships. It's I remember I might get a little real on you, but I had a struggling relationship and I wasn't able to look past of the current situation, the current, no's and the current, I don't know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? And I kind of look back now to due to some things I've learned and some books I've read that being able to access that vision and be able to look at where you want to go, it'll help you kind of come back and fix where you're at right there, right now, which, so I love what you said about that, being able to push through, and that's exactly how I see vision helping.
Yeah, vision is everything, 100%, man. And you know, me and you talk a lot, and it's mostly about where we're going and how we're gonna get there. And you know, that's all vision, man. So,
Hmm.
you know, and you know, between the two of us, you know, sometimes things aren't going our way, some things aren't bouncing, but we stay true to the vision. And you know, maybe you're not coming off clear enough to other people about your vision. So you know, like, and like that's just advice to anybody. Is just you got to really sit there and think about it because vision is what's going to get you to the top of anything in your life. Like you mentioned, weightlifting and bodybuilding and going to the gym, and you know, maybe you play a sport or anything. You know, it's all intertwined together with your vision.
Yeah, exactly. I look back a little bit to like high school wrestling. We had an excellent team and our coach and his vision was a state championship or nothing, like all the time. That was his vision, and he made it very clear to us that that was his vision for us. And and you want to talk about some motivation? He was able to pour. his heart out into each and every one of us because his vision was so clear on how what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it. And I take those tools with me now. And high school wrestling's a while ago, but a lot of good fundamentals are taught in that sporting environment. And you hear like Lewis Howes and a lot of these guys that were athletes now stepping into the business rink. You take like a guy in our company, Mike Sims. He was a professional athlete, and there's a ton that applies to the business world. So that I love that. That's I agree with you there. I don't know what else to say. Like athletics, business, whatever it may be, vision is key. I made a thing.
100%.
I love it. I love it. All right, man.
Um,
Quick one today. I don't know. Do you got anything else you want to share with anybody? What do you got going on? What are you into right now?
no, that's good. Since we're on the topic of vision, I know we have a very strong vision with what we're doing. Personally, me and my fiance's vision is we want to make 20 different people six figures next year. So 20, we're going to change the lives of 20 different people and they're going to earn a six-figure income. As long as you're coachable, you write down your vision, you have a huge why, you're driven, driven,
Driven.
and anything's possible. And so we dream big, but we have an exact plan on how to get people there. So, if you're driven and you want to connect with me, hit me up and don't be scared to hop into this seat because even if you're not working online, maybe you're driven in something else. Maybe you're into art. Maybe you're into music. Maybe you're into, whatever drives you. Get on this show and tell your story because the way that the world is going right now is everything's online. So if you're starting a business or if you want to get your art out there, you want to get your voice out there, you want to be heard, you got to start somewhere. And what Scott's doing here is basically giving people 15 minutes of fame. Like, sorry for quoting that, but it's basically what's happening right here on Scott's show as well is you get to tell your story, you get to share with people. And I'm a full supporter with Scott, and I think it's going to be a big show. So you could be one of the first people to jump on. I see Jake just popped on. I want to give Jake a call out if he's available. Jump in the driver's seat, tell your story, buddy, because it's only going to help you.
Yep.
And yeah, so thanks for having me, Scott. I'm always here when you need a guy.
Kyle, dude, I appreciate you coming in and dropping some value, man. I love that. Thank you so much. And that's it. I don't want this show to be all about, like, yes, I happen to do some online stuff and snowmobiling, but like you said, I want to talk to everybody that in whatever business or, whatever you want to talk about, artists, music, whatever it may be. And that's what I would, but I'm heading home to work right now. Oh, Jake can't come on right now. All right, next time, Jake, I'm going to get you up on this seat. But yeah, I want it to be about everybody and everything and connect and network and have some fun on here. So I appreciate you bringing that up, man. Good support.
Yeah, buddy. And I'm a full supporter, and I know you got lots of other fans out there already. So this is only going to get bigger. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me, Scott. See you, everybody.
You bet. Rock it tonight. Everybody get with Kyle. Connect with him on Facebook, Messenger. Good way to reach out to him. Say hi. Tons of wisdom, tons of knowledge, and he'll share tons of YouTube inspirational videos with you if you ask him. He's got a library that's like that big. So anyway, Jake just crushed it. John's on. Thanks, John, for coming on. David's on. Kay, I appreciate you stopping in and being here, man. That dude's driven for sure. Absolutely crushing it right now. And again, like Kyle said, I want to wrap up with that unless somebody else wants to drop some flames in the chat box and come up on the seat. I want this show to be about you. I want it to be a place where we can come in and network and build something and build a kind of a show about us, and that's where I'm going. It is true. Facebook is changing their platform, and everything is going to be based strictly off of video. That's the only way you're going to get reach and engagement on anything, whether you're reaching out for sponsorships or whether you're trying to advertise a small business or a local business. And you can see the shift already happening now. You post a picture and like 10% of your friends list actually see the picture, whereas you come on live like this and it's literally like a 1,200% increase in your reach. So if you are trying to promote a business, an opportunity, yourself, your brand, your product, this is the platform to do it. And I want to get you up on this seat and let's do this. And I love that you guys are on here right now. Jake, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Drive safe. Snow's coming. Like a atmospheric rivers headed to Tahoe again. A river, the 4+ feet. I love it. Anyway, you guys, I'm Scott. I'm a dad. I'm a sledder. I'm just a guy that's got his mindset on exactly what he wants to do in life, and this is where I'm starting, and you guys are right along here with me on the ride. So with that, I'll drop let's see, what do I have for little social media hacks that I've been doing lately? Let me see. Oh, an app. I didn't write it down. Dang, I just discovered an app. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll look it up, drop it in the comments when I come back on here. But it's basically a digital business card, and I'm like, digital business card, and it's got live links to all your social media accounts, and you basically share it just like a picture. I'll get the name. Haystack. That's who does it. Haystack. New app. I think it's going to be super cool. Check it out. Google Play. It's called Haystack. Business card, name, picture, vital information, and then it's got live links you share to anybody you want. Send it to them, text message, messenger, whatever. They can click the link and then go right to all your social media accounts. Haystack looks cool. Check it out. That's my social media hack, my internet hack for the day. Thank you guys. Early driven, and we're gonna come on tomorrow at 4 o'clock, same time, same place. I'm gonna try to set something up and maybe get some different views from people and hear your story. And thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Episode 5. #driven. Check it out. Kyle says I need that app. Yeah, it looks cool. I didn't download it. I haven't tried it, but I just was reading about it. I'm like, that makes tons of sense. And then I'm sure there's a way you can organize them and have it like a flip, like the old Rolodex. You know what I'm talking about? Rolodex, digital. Technology-driven world. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta crush it. I gotta work all night tonight. Get at me. Message me. Connect with me on Facebook if you'd like to come on and share your story, share what you're into, share your event. I'm going to call out somebody right now, to Dizzle. If you watch this, if somebody else is watching this on the Sledder, I want to bring you on and talk about what you've done with Sledders 2.0 and what you do with spring fleeing and all the charity money you raise for charity because of that event. I had one of your organizer associates jump on my last one. So to Dizzle, if you see this, I'd love to have you on. You're crazy. I'd love to meet you online and talk about your events, your charity, and your group. So with that, you guys, if you're driven, stay focused, keep moving, keep going for what you want to give. Ignore all that life that happens behind you. Don't ignore it completely. Take care of it, but stay focused and stay true to what you're doing. And holidays are coming up, so everyone travel safe, be safe. Love you all. Thank you. Are you driven?